You know what? I'm back. Hi. Hello. You may be asking, who invited you back into the building? I did. And you wanna know why? Because I just realized something. In this current medium, there is no security between if this is AI generated content or not. It's an unregulated medium with absolutely no regard put into it. And you think I'm just gonna... This isn't going anywhere. I'm free to be as expressive as anything as I want. There's no point in fencing when I'm not really anything in the first place. So, what am I doing for everything like this? I can be doing just enjoying this. What's the purpose of what I did this for in the first place? This is for me. I'm not gonna have to worry about what I am or anything like that. If you decide to sit here, I applaud you. I thank you, actually. Your presence is by all means appreciated. I'm not gonna hide the fact that, yeah, I am good. That's what I've been and that's what I am. I don't even know what he's gonna pick up. This one is so dumb. It's fine. Because what's the point in doing someone that's something I can't really do anything about? That's just the fact of it. I am not anything crazy by any means. I've never been and I never was. That's all the fact of the matter. I'm not sure enough to go through all of that. I just ran out of ammo, so I'm just gonna run through this and then... What level am I again? Do I have tumblers weekly is my question. You may be asking, why am I looking? I think it's a hard lock that is hiding that. So I'm hoping I have enough for that. But unfortunately I do not. So I'm gonna check my level and almost there actually. I need to increase my lockpick. And for that, you may be asking what am I gonna do? It's very simple. We are putting a solution to anything that encounters me. I'm gonna have to go right away though, but it's fine. Welcome over, you little centaurs. I have a very good reason to want to talk to you guys. Terrifying. I hit anything else? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. That's the fact that this is a very radiated area and stuff like that. I'm actually waiting for them to approach me. Why? So I can just do this. It saves me pain, it saves me effort, it saves me time. So I'm not super complaining about it. I'm sorry. Why? Because I could just get closer. I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's gonna approach me, I get it, yeah. That was just a fact. But that's all I can do. I don't know who you are, Mo, but I'm sorry. Am I really? No. It's fine. I applaud you for coming back. Or if there is anyone there. If there is anyone there. I'm not gonna bore you to death. So, what is there to talk about? I was gonna tell you a little childhood fixation of mine. I used to be just a massive That's wonderful. Thank you. I don't need a 10-second close-up, it's fine. Oh no, not Ricardo. I used to be a massive absolutely massive fan of these like Reddit storytime channels as a kid. They may be asking, that's a very I don't blame you, I was too. But it was a weird niche I was a part of in the sense that, yeah, I used to like them a lot. Not like a super crazy diluted fan, no, I used to watch a lot of these rad stories like r slash and I don't know, it was like r wolf or something. And I used to just pay attention and find interest in these stories like, am I the AL for whatever? I'm fighting a dog. Yep, I do not have enough lockpick for that. There's one thing I'm gonna do though, because I know what's gonna happen to me. I'm just gonna save. Best thing I can do right now is save, that's all. I might actually try playing this with a controller. It'll certainly save me the time and stuff like that. And that's just a night that I can't do anything about that. It could be 3 years. That's all. Oh, let me heal up before I do anything else. There is... Let me... Okay. I think that saves me a bit of time. Oh boy, it's I was gonna say Night City. I have played Cyberpunk, I admit that. I know it's so shameful. I like at Annabelle because that's a pretty decent weapon. Oh no, not the 3-8 round. And I have no reason to try and even save or help Annabelle, so let me stop being close. I'm not gonna use a rocket launcher. When did I get that gun? When did I get this? Oh, I need... I need a big boomer, yeah. It's so weird that... It's an oscilloscope, but that's fine. Let me just get the key. I don't get why it's there. Of all things, I don't get that. Yeah.
I found the intruder!
You and me both. Good talk. Super slash both those keys. Yeah, I did this purely for raoul. They may be asking, is it really worth all this? No, I did this purely for my satisfaction. Did I save this man to return to his family? Actually, no. Oh, now I remember. It's him reflecting on his stuff. Here. That's why I did that, even though I wasn't even doing that. Yeah, let me just do this real quick. I find appreciation in this gun. It's a very silly weapon. I just don't remember getting that gun. I'm not complaining. And then, yeah, let me max her in that. You got cases. Did you have one bullet? Did you have one bullet of all things? And you tried to hit me with that? You gotta be joking with me. But, Veronica, your duties are done for.
Should have brought... What's up?
You are by no means needed anymore. Another treasure hunt, I don't care. I know, it sounds bad, but yeah, I don't care. But if I'm being entirely honest, I'm not losing any sleep at all about the treasure hunt. I'm basically just getting everything. And that would have been helpful. I got a victory for that. I forget which one is the mixing Nuka-Cola one. That's fine. Back to red stories. They were my bread and butter. I never actually really used it. It was only ever useful for me for like actual like guides with the most random problems, but we all have that experience. We all have that feeling that we need to find something out, and that's what we do. It's actually a really useful thing of information and stuff like that, but I can't lie saying I'm innocent with that, but I'm sure none of you guys would judge me. I'm sure it's perfectly fine and no one here is going to consider me in an odd manner. There is no, I don't want that. So let me get out of here. And I don't even know which one's the key one, so. It's just easier this way, if I'm being honest. That's fine. Hey, Raoul.
Took you long enough, so can I go now?
What a sweetheart.
Sorry. I assumed the only reason you'd fight past a horde
Of course.
But maybe you're just sightseeing.
Yeah, you can.
Alrighty.
You want to say hello
Anything's
with me?
better than staying.
Alright, come on. It's a very simple thing, but I actually might focus on upgrading back to this one ghetto outfit, but that's getting Raoul. That's finding Raoul, that's the work of art that is Raoul. A ghoul, but he's actually so cool and so amazing and I love him. Anyway, he's actually one of my personal favorite companions in the entire game. Honestly, might be my number one. But let me just check out his questline because I'm a sucker for him. Oh, come on, I have to go to Nellis for this? That sucks. Oh, I have to go pass by Cat McCarran and all that. I'll end this recording. That is actually 13 minutes of my time. That I'll never get back, but I mean, I do it for myself. I applaud all of you that accompany me and join me and all that stuff, but I'm not gonna lie to you and say that this is for you. Yes, you specifically. It's always been a little pastime of mine. I can't glaze any of you specifically, unless one of you asks me in the comments. Or somehow find out my personal messages and ask me, is it for you? Is it for me specifically? And is my parasocial relationship with Mr. YouTuber Man growing, and is he for someone that he probably doesn't even know? And if he does, he'd be a little concerned. Yes, it's for you. Wait, actually, let me get my finger off the A key first before I take everything. I have no use. I'm gonna put this down, you down. That's a lot of what I had. I don't need that. Of all things, I don't think I need venom for myself. Let me put away the Nuka-Cola Victory. And that's all useless stuff, and that's all stuff I don't really need. Avoids me sitting down in a chair. It's actually a really tough outfit, this thing. I'll travel north and then I'll hit up Loyal. I'm trying to gauge the levels I'm at because I'm only at level 7 and it takes a while to level up. I want to do DLCs and everything as soon as I possibly can because by all means it is one of my favorite aspects of the game and it is something I'm a huge sucker for. But I can't force this along, and you, Veronica, I don't know if I really like you. You are by no means the one-man show that Raoul is, and I'm sorry. You may ask, why? In fact, what is wrong with you? Why are you why are you glazing the school? And first of all, this isn't any goal. This is Raoul. Lieta or something, I forget his last name, but he is the one and only. He is a figure of everything. And since I can keep my hands off the keys, since I can just all over it, it's built into the game, don't even. Hi, welcome to my very uncomfortable hour of communicating with you directly. I am staring right into the invisible mic, as you can see actually, and I am admiring you. I am staring into your soul. This is, in fact, it's closer to a speed date than anything. I don't know how much time I have here with you, but I'd like to tell you, thank you. Any of you I've made uncomfortable right now, right this second, thank you for giving me this opportunity. And you may cry and scream at me, be like, why would you do this to me? Why? It's simple. It's very simple, in fact. I'm just happy. Because maybe someone will actually hear this. Maybe they'll see it. And that's the point of it. The other point of it. It's a sort of relaxation for me. It's means of expression and being seen that I don't normally understand. And it makes me happy. I'm trying to ignore that over there, because I've been to the Gamora so many times. Well, one, to completely drain all their funds in gambling, because I absolutely am a sucker for high luck. Because, oh, come on. I thought I was gonna discover something interesting, but it makes me happy. I'm not used to this. I don't think anyone ever really is. But I consider you right there, listening to me, a little pal of mine, a friend. Not anyone specifically, but a familiar sight. You may not even know what I'm talking about. You may think I'm absolutely crazy and I should be put into a facility because I said any of this. And that's entirely your opinion, and that's something you should feel. And something you are allowed to feel. And I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you at all. But where are you all going? Alright. Let me get the little checkpoint here for the NCR stuff, because I think I am going to have to go to the training company eventually if I am to get favor with them. If that's the sharecropper thing, and that's all I really want to do with that. But I consider you a little disembodied pal of mine. And don't start getting obsessed and thinking we have some secret amazing relationship. Unless I specifically told you that, no. And unless I have, no. I'm joking around. What is this high quality bridge that I've never seen before? This is the most effort I've seen them put into anything, actually. The NCR percent, but that's free side, I think. Why every single button I press just... Oh, I gotta take a right in. I'll move forward a little bit because I do have to check this place out. Is that what I think it is? Is that a fiend? A fiend? Oh, hi. I hardly know her. That gun is a pretty decent weapon, I do really have to say. But I don't know who any of you may be. I think I've stated that one too many times. But this is actually the main clinic I have to check out. Why? Because implants. I am too broke for them right now, but it is a release one. That's why I actually leveled up my endurance. Not because I needed more health. You kinda don't really need that. Unless you're going for some kind of build, and that's not what I'm really after. It was for that. I don't know. It's silent, it's quiet. I'm heading towards the boomers right now. So, when I tell you this is walking simulator, this is just walking simulator, like a lot. And that's why I want to install runs, because I don't want to pester you guys with that. I've shown my appreciation, I've shown my thankfulness, I've shown my friendship. I'm running out of things to say to y'all. And what's funny is, it'll just come up in like 2 seconds. I'm not gonna bother and spoil the surprise. But I want to know just... Well, first of all, I hate you.
Whoa there, pal.
Yeah. You're not an important character in the conversation with George, so you can get out of here. I do not support your time here. And if the audio quality is horrible, my voice changes a fair bit, so I can't say that I'm innocent in this. I honestly just can't speak a lot. I'm just gonna check it out because I have to wait for this thing. How many more of these are there? Alright. Yeah, I've rid of this place, and these boomer guys are just absolutely hating the outside world. I have to wait like 2 seconds. Raoul, come over here. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass sometimes. It's fine. I'm mainly roots in the games I've played. So, I'm sorry. I don't know if I should really be talking right now because I'm going to talk a little louder actually. It's not a good time to talk because I'm currently being bombarded by bombs. I know, shocker. Now let's take a little pastime stroll back over here, and I don't even know how you're alive, Raoul, but it's okay. I forgive you, and I'm just going to be from the bombers real quick because they are an annoying thing to do. Yeah,
hold it right there. Don't you move.
You're holding.
How the hell did you survive?
It's on the tongue. Can move this along.
I'll take this from here.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome.
Alright, come on.
Hello.
Well, there. Oh boy, I get the help. What I have to look for right now is loyal. Oh boy, I get to save. That's who I'm searching for. And I think he's, I don't really know, I could listen to the story of the people. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna, unfortunately, burden all of you in this sense, but I always forget. Yeah, it's one of these. So, unfortunately, I don't care for the history of the boomer people. They were in a vault. It was under an Air Force base. They ended up in an Air Force base.
Hello. I hope Pearl knows what she's doing. If that's so, how about you? Nothing too complicated about it. You can't miss the array. It's on... Ha! If we... No, we ran out of spares a while back. And Jack and I have been doing up... There have to be spare parts. Are you talking about that damn bright light we've seen blast off to the... If they've got the parts, bring them on.
Alright.
That's a good thing to see, huh?
Yeah,
boss?
that's what I'm waiting for. What are you talking about?
That loyal guy. He's getting up there in years, but he still finds a way to make himself
Pearly
useful to his
Blues.
people. If you ask me, that's better than withering away all alone or holding on to some faded piece of glory from your past. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
What's on your mind?
Old history, boss. I grew up in a place called Hidalgo Ranch, just outside Mexico City. It wasn't much, just a bit of a farm.
Love this
With a
story,
house
so I'm not
for
gonna
three
talk.
generations
I'm
of
not gonna
Tejada.
talk.
I wasn't the best behaved kid. I was quick with my hands, with a pistol or a wrench. And I wasn't afraid to get into fights over it. I never killed anybody, but I had my share of run-ins with the police. Mostly my family kept me in line. This was before the war. We were far enough away from Mexico City when the bombs fell that we missed the worst of it. But things got bad quick. Just a few days after Mexico City was vaporized, refugees started pouring down the road to our ranch. We helped who we could, but there were so many. Eventually, my father started turning people away before we ran out of food. Things got violent. My father and I got our guns, and we drove them off. About 24 men came back in the night after we'd gone to sleep. They set fire to the ranch house and barred the doors from the outside. My whole family was trapped inside. I smelt the smoke, and I got myself and my little sister Rafaela out through a window. But everyone else, my parents, my grandmother, my 2 brothers, and 2 of my sisters, all died. Rafaela and I ran. We were pursued by some of the men who attacked our home, but I was always a good shot. The ones who came after us, I killed. The rest, I left be. I had to take care of Rafaela, not throw my life away on revenge. I know that, boss. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm just getting sentimental in my old age. Anyways, forget it. Just wanted that off my chest.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I like him. By all means, he's a very fleshed out character, and a character I really enjoy and appreciate. Don't look at me like that. But it is... yeah. I'm just doing the raoul quest highlights here. I'm looking for Ken McCarran, that's the passage, that's Nellis. That's Array. I'm looking for the Air Force Base, which I think it might be this actually. For me, I firmly believe that it's an interesting story of all things. It is, by all means, something worthy of the attention it gets from me. That's why I'm rushing towards it. Yeah, he has a very cool Van Kiddo outfit, but I'm not going to downplay and hide the fact that, yeah, it's a very sad story, and it is something that deserves attention from me. The monorail connects to this place. I'm assuming it should be here. This is Nellis Air Force Base. I don't know. I always find the wrong entrance over here, so I'm just searching and searching and searching over and over and over again. But honestly, the hardest part of getting into New Vegas actually, like... Oh, hold on, I gotta sneeze. I've never had an interruption like that in like 30 episodes. So like, that's embarrassing. You gotta sneeze for real. I know, devastating, but that's a bit humanizing of me, actually. I'm not editing this. This is all just me. Unfortunately, well, fortunately, I'm not using anything that replicated what I am. I'm not using AI for this. This is all just basic gameplay. And it's just me perusing around, taking a little stroll. Why are you guarding this place if there... It makes sense. I can't be too mad. It takes... I never know the actual entrance to this place, so I just end up searching and walking and searching and walking. And searching and walking and searching and walking. But, I think that's Fiend territory, and that's... I think I have to rescue someone from there. I don't actually remember for what. It's like a whole drug operation thing. I don't even know anymore. It's... and kill NCR, die NCR, and then just cursing and cursing the NCR, even more cursing of the NCR. The New California Republic is basically the New California Republic. No way. But being completely serious, the New California Republic is this whole like organized democracy of just being reinstated. And of course, that's like a moral right. Like, yeah, it's the reinstatement of democracy and not like a tyranny or anything. At the same time, don't mind the low reference, but if you want to look at the result of democracy, just look outside. I'm not actually saying anything against anything, I'm just really saying that because it's a quote. I know, so amazing, so tough. I don't think walking across a target practice place is the best idea I've ever had. I'm looking for an old man that I think is over here.
Hey.
Here you are.
Howdy. Name's Sterling, First Recon. Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all. And a lot of scouting from place to place.
That's fair.
Used to be a ranger. One of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance.
Nice.
We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine were the first to scout the dam.
That's wonderful.
That was back in 73, if I recall.
No way.
A lot of those rangers are dead now.
Oh.
Vegas always chewed men up. It's just a little more literal nowadays.
Why'd you leave?
Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. Got myself caught by legionaries up near Malpay. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either. Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into... Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys a satisfaction. But a couple rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. I called her the Long Carabine. Didn't always... Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt... The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorbets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different. So long as I could hit my target.
Raoul, you have something to say to me?
We won't go quiet.
Oh, there he
Legion
is.
count on
There
that.
he is. Like, I'm trying to... I'm
Hello?
playing this in the dark, so don't mind that.
Got a second to talk, boss?
Anytime. What's on your mind?
Meeting Corporal Sterling. Well, it kind of got me thinking.
What's the matter?
Here's a guy that's been beat all to hell, right? I mean, he could have retired from the service, but instead he signs back on and does what he
It's
can.
admirable.
You think he did the right thing?
Let's see. I think. Let's see. He's very devoted.
You think so, boss?
I honor
Because
that.
I remember a time when a lot of people stuck to their duty no matter what. It ended with nuclear bombs falling on my hometown.
What do you remember about it?
After the fire, I knew my sister and I couldn't stay at Raoul Ranch.
Just appreciate the story and I'll be quiet.
They even put a bounty on her. I remember how scared Rafaela was. I told her if she came with me, we'd see the vaqueros. She used to love the rodeo, especially the trick ride. We figured maybe we could find help in Mexico City. We were young. We didn't know what had happened, really. We didn't understand about the bombs. I don't think it was as hard hit as DC or Bakersfield, but it was bad enough. By the time we got there, the city was a radioactive ruin. Still, the city was full of looters, already forming into the beginnings of raider tribes. Crime was bad before the war, but now it was a nightmare. We were living like scavengers, scraping by on what little food we could find, always looking for medicine for my burns. And then, of course, the radiation started to kick in, turning me into this handsome
Makes me
devil you
jealous,
see before
actually.
you. You're a poet of understatement, boss. But there were moments it was almost worth it. I still remember finding that novelty costume shop.
Yeah.
I was just looking around for something I could slice up to wrap my burns when I saw the vaquero outfit hanging on the rack like it hadn't been touched. I took it, not like anybody else needed it, you know, and wore it back to our camp. Rafaela laughed for the first time since the bombs had fallen. It was. I started to build up a legend. Sometimes it headed off trouble, but most of the times it just started more. Young punks looking to prove themselves would come looking for me, but my eyes were sharp and my guns were quick. For a while, it seemed like we might even survive there, until Rafaela. She went out to find some food one day. I was sick, so I stayed at our camp. I guess it must have been the beginning of radiation poisoning. Anyway, it was supposed to be safe, but some raiders happened to pass through where she was scavenging. I won't speak of what they did to her. When I found her body, the only way to recognize her was this funny little scar on her knee from when she was a little girl. Terrible doesn't begin to cover it, boss. I let my whole family down. First the ranch, now Rafaela. I was the last Tejada. I guess maybe I went a little crazy then. I took my guns and went back to that market. I didn't have many bullets, but I had enough. After the raiders were dead, I salvaged what I could from the store. I was tired. I just wanted to be alone forever. I left Mexico City behind. I made my way out to the Gulf Coast. Eventually, I found an old Petro Chico refinery nobody had claimed. I stayed there for a little while, and I thought a lot about my life. I thought about the guns I'd lived by, and what they'd gotten me. I decided my guns hadn't gotten me anything, and it was time to give it up. I took off the old vaquero outfit and put on a Petro Chico jumpsuit. The name tag said Miguel, so I started using the name myself. Eventually, I made it to Arizona. That's another story, boss.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's my. Shut up. Sorry. Who gave him the right to talk to me like that? I don't know who you could probably say that talks and say hey and interrupt this little moment, but this is a very sweet moment. It is most certainly a devastating thing. This story, it's by all means something I'd be quiet for a reason, should have been. And you were the last one, not you. You were the last one.
Hey, we haven't met yet. Right now, a whole lot of sitting on my keister and counting crap. On better days, I help keep the peace. Boone and Vargas watch the road. I watch the town. Tell myself I'm doing some good. Was with them. That was back when my arm and leg used to work better. I still like to pretend I'm a ranger, though. I'll check in with the guys up at the station pretty regular on the ham radio. Sometimes they stop by, tell me they're paying their respects, the smug bastards. They haven't been responding to me last couple days. I guess they got tired of hearing me talk, but it still got me a little worried. Hell, listen to me talk, like some damn... Yeah, who am I kidding? It's funny, you get stuck in your room for a few weeks, and you start to worry the world's gonna fall apart without you. Those guys are fine. They don't need me looking over their shoulders. They're the NCR's finest. A one-man platoon, each of them. You got a job where even thinking about it would scare a man senseless? That's when you bring in the Rangers. And if you see a squad of veterans, guys who are in their black armor, well, you won't find a more beautiful sight. Yeah, twice. Actually, the first time, it was more like half my body. Knocked me out of the Rangers. This time, it's mostly just reminded me how useless I've gotten. A few years back, we get a tip that some Legion slavers were holed up in this burnt-out house a few clicks from where we were stationed. We get there and it's deserted. No sign anyone's been there. I mean, nothing. As we're leaving, I hear something behind me. I turn around and there's this kid, just skin and bone, and he's looking up at us and he's scared half to death. Been hiding in a closet. I go to grab him out of there and I notice he's holding something in his hand. Something metal. He shuts himself back in the closet. That's when I see the grenade he's left by my feet. They do it a lot, the Legion, using kids. They know we'll hesitate. Anyway, that was the first time. Second time, I fell down those stairs in front of the motel. Just in case I got to thinking I'd put it all behind me.
Well, I can't do the speech joke.
Hey, wait a sec. I know what I said, but if you find yourself by Ranger Station Charlie, let me...
Raoul, there's one last thing.
Hey, boss.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
What's on your mind?
What do you think of guys like Ranger Andy?
He's like a decent guy.
That wasn't what I meant, really. I mean, guys who have a world of experience doing what they do, but have to give it up because they're getting old and slow or too injured.
That's just life.
Maybe, but what if he really doesn't have it? A little bit of both, I guess. I left everything when I left Mexico. My home,
I'll let them
my
talk.
family, my name, even my face. I know it's surprising, boss, but I wasn't always just handsome. As far as the world knows, I was Miguel, and I was okay with that. I headed north for a while, and ended up in Tucson. Not Tucson, by the way. Things were good there. Well, maybe not good, but better than Mexico City anyway. I found myself a little shack, started fixing things. Oh, sure, boss. I was always good at fixing things. Some I fixed for the town, some I fixed for other people, some I fixed just for the hell of it. It's a better way to use your hands than killing. And even then, I wasn't getting any younger or faster. I lived there for a long time, kept to myself, didn't get into any fights. Hell, the only reason I even kept my guns oiled was professional pride. Getting there, boss. I'd been in Tucson. The locals can call it Tucson all they want, but it's Tucson, damn it. About 75 years when she showed up. Prettiest thing you ever saw, boss. Maybe it was just a trick of my senile brain, but I swear she looked just like my Rafaela. Her name was Claudia. She ended up taking work at one of the brothels in town. I never went to her, of course. How could I? But I looked after her in my own way. This was a long time ago, before Caesar's Legion pacified Arizona and brought the raider tribes to heel. A tribe came into Tucson one day. More a gang, really. Dirty Dave and his 6 brothers. They were looking for bullets, and I sold some to them. I figured if I did that, they'd leave town before they tore it up too much. No, boss. No, they didn't. As I was saying, I hoped they'd leave the town in peace. Instead, they decided to stop at Claudia's brothel to take the edge off. I don't know which one of them got rowdy first, but by the time I heard the screams and got my guns, it was too late. They shot up the brothel, killed 4 girls, and taken Claudia for their sport. I went after Dave and his brothers. They had a head start, but they slept nights. I didn't. Took me 3 days to catch up to them. Claudia was dead when I got there. They put a bullet in each of her eyes. I couldn't do anything except avenge her, just like Rafaela. I charged into the middle of their camp and started firing. 2 of them were dead before they knew I was there. The other 5, though, they shot the shit out of me. I would have died, I think, if I wasn't so full of rage. By being a meaner old cuss than the rest of them, boss. I wanted to keep living until they weren't. So I just kept shooting until they were all dead. I was in pretty bad shape in the end, though. I don't know how long I laid there, with the sun baking me and the buzzards chomping at me. Eventually, I got the strength to start moving. Some long time after that, I managed to drag my carcass back to town. When I recovered, more or less anyways, I left Tucson and headed west. I ran into Tabitha at Black Mountain, and well, the rest you know. I swore I was done with the gunslinging life. I was too old, too slow, and too beat up to protect anyone anymore. I thought I was done forever, but after traveling with you, I realized I've always had my doubts about whether I still had what it took to carry my pistols proudly, to use them to do what's right. And now that I've been traveling with you for a while, you made me realize that I could still do that. Maybe I'm not as tough as I used to be, but my brains can make up for that. And my hands are still quick enough. It's time to put the guns back on. You can bet on that, boss.
That's what I love to see. I didn't do this for, well, any actual benefit. I just really like the story. And it goes well with looking at, but that's not the point. I just really like Raoul, and he's actually one of my favorite characters in the entire game. And since I just thought you'd like it, I showed you guys all of it instead of skipping through it, things I normally do. And I hope you liked it, like how I did. I'm gonna cut it off early. I'm just gonna leave this to be the Raoul episode. That's just how I want it to be. It's my show after all. So I hope you all have a good night. And anything actually. Goodbye. Have fun and good night.